Hello students, welcome back to history lecture. Let us continue our chapter number 2, Europe and India. Now we will learn how the rule of East India Company was started in Bengal. The Bengal province was one of the most prosperous province in India. Prosperous means rich and successful. To start East India Company, British required good foundation. If start of trade is good, then there will be prosperity in trade. So, in 1756 AD, British decided to start East India Company in Bengal. East India Company officers misused the trade concessions obtained from Mughal Emperor in Bengal province. The English built fortification around a factory at Kolkata without the permission of the Nawab. Who was the Nawab of Bengal in 1756 AD? Siraj-ud-Daulah. Without the permission of Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah, British built fortification. Fortification means boundaries around a factory at Kolkata. As Bengal was under Siraj-ud-Daulah, so it was necessary for British to take his permission. Hence, to take the revenge from British, Siraj-ud-Daulah captured the factory at Kolkata. This created discontent between England and the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah. Robert Clive bribed Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of Nawab's army, and also promised to make him the Nawab of Bengal. Bribed means to try to make someone do something for you by giving them money or some valuable offers. Now let us see how did Robert Clive bribed Mir Jafar. Robert Clive promised Mir Jafar that he will make him the Nawab of Bengal. Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah and the British troops met at Plassey in 1757 AD. But under the leadership of Mir Jafar, the Nawab's army made no move to actually join the battle, and hence Siraj-ud-Daulah was defeated. Means, as Mir Jafar was bribed by Robert Clive, he did not join the battle, and hence Siraj-ud-Daulah was defeated. As Robert Clive promised Mir Jafar that if he defeats Siraj-ud-Daulah, he will be made the Nawab of Bengal. So, Siraj-ud-Daulah was defeated and Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. Means, because of British, Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal, but after becoming the Nawab, he started protesting against the British. Protesting means disagreeing or going against something. So, Mir Jafar protested against British, and British taught him lesson by making his own son-in-law Mir Qasim the Nawab of Bengal. As soon as Mir Qasim became the Nawab of Bengal, he tried to put restrictions on the illegal trade of British, and hence once again Mir Jafar was made the Nawab of Bengal. Now it was necessary to teach British a lesson for such activities. So, to restrict the activities of British in Bengal, Mir Qasim, Shuja-ud-Daulah, the Nawab of Ayodhya, and Mughal Emperor Shah Alam They formed an alliance and ran a campaign. In 1764 AD, Battle of Buxar was fought in Bihar. After this battle, British East India Company got the right to collect the revenue from Bengal province as per the Treaty of Allahabad. Means the British won the Battle of Buxar and now got the right to collect revenue from Bengal. In this manner, the foundation of British rule in India was laid in Bengal. Next, we will learn about British Mysore struggle. Hyder Ali from Mysore state rebelled and took control of Mysore. Means Hyder Ali was the ruler of Mysore. And after the death of Hyder Ali, his son Tipu Sultan became the ruler of Mysore. He tried his best to fight against the British. At the end, Tipu Sultan died in the battle at Srirangapatna in 1799. In this manner, the British took control of the Mysore territory. And now we will learn how British took the control over Sindh province. To strengthen the British power in India, the English turned their attention towards northwest frontier. The reason of attacking and capturing Sindh was that the Britishers were afraid that Russia might attack India through Afghanistan, and hence the British started establishing their influence over Afghanistan. Means if Russia will attack India through Afghanistan, then English power will get vanished. Now why Afghanistan? Because Afghanistan was only a route through Sindh to reach India. So the British understood the importance of Sindh province and hence captured it in 1843. Next we will learn how British captured the entire region of Punjab. In the beginning of 19th century, the power in Punjab was in the hands of Ranjit Singh. After the death of Ranjit Singh, his minor son Dulip Singh came to the throne. As Dulip Singh was minor, so on his behalf, his mother Queen Jindan looked after the state affairs, but she could not keep control over the officers. Taking advantage of this situation, the British bribed some of the Sikh Sardar. So, the Sikh community thought the British will attack Punjab and hence they launched an attack on the British. But the growing impact of British over Punjab was not acceptable to the Sikhs. So, Mulraj, officer of Multan, revolted against the English. In first war, the Sikhs were defeated, but still Dulip Singh remained on the throne. Thousands of Sikh soldiers participated in the war against the British. In the second war, the Sikhs had to face defeat again. In 1849, the British finally captured the entire region of Punjab. So we studied in this lesson how first British laid their foundation in Bengal. Then they captured Mysore. Then they controlled over Sindh. And then they captured the entire region of Punjab. Students, In next lecture, we will learn how British strengthened their foundation of rule in India by defeating the Marathas.